Hello, I'm Dr. Omahani. As we know, the gait of a snake is zigzag. Today, through a case example, we will attempt to observe this same pattern in a patient's life and study it from a different perspective. Let us begin. Imagine a patient who comes with double vessel disease with 99% stenosis. The moment he opens his mouth, you notice that his speech is unusually slow, calm, and relaxed. But as soon as you inquire about his past history, he provides you with a long list naming 10 different hospitals and nearly 20 different doctors, all recalled precisely. What is fascinating is that once this patient begins to speak, he does not stop, as though he is dictating a speech. His dictatorial aura and his firm determination in pursuing treatment reflect clearly in his manner of expression. Yet, in contrast, you also observe a man who avoids responsibility, appears lazy, and even admits, "Wherever I sit, I fall asleep." Despite such a grave disease, he insists that he is managing things on his own. When you probe deeper into his personality, he confesses, "Doctor, I am quiet in nature." And when asked why, he explains, "Because I do not wish to reveal my weakness to the opponent." The more you speak, the more information you give away, and in the future, others may use it against you. That is why, through my own mechanism, I remain quiet. He continues, "When I used to come home from work, my mother would immediately go inside her room. She would never sit and talk to me. Because of my aura, everyone around me becomes silent. No one dares to raise their voice or behave freely with me. This strange personality is unusually odd, almost eccentric. The patient lives under a delusion that people familiar to him might cause him harm. Because of this imaginary injury, he remains perpetually on high alert. He feels that if he were to close his eyes, others might attack him and he would be killed. The neck, being the most vulnerable part where one can be strangled and choked, is his particular focus of fear, for in his belief, harm is always inflicted by others. The patient then narrates, "Doctor, I had an angiography yesterday. After the angiography, I felt wonderful, as if everything was perfectly all right now. But in reality, I thought to myself, angiography is merely diagnostic, the vessels have not actually opened." Still, the patient clung to a false belief that after angiography, his entire problem was cured. On observation, you will notice how he continuously laments about his sickness, about his pains, about his emotional state, and about his physical sufferings. He recalls with grief the loss of his elder brother, saying, "After his death, all responsibility has fallen upon my shoulders. If only he had lived another 4 or 5 years." Here we see something profound, the deep sorrow buried within his chest. It is reflected in the hardening of his heart. The heart, once a place of tenderness, warmth, and emotions, has now become rigid. The very organ meant to embody kindness and empathy has transformed into stone. His grief and loss have toughened what was supposed to remain soft and full of feeling. Thus, the pathology of his heart mirrors his nature, indifferent, hardened, and cold toward those around him. It is his way of protecting himself, ensuring that he does not receive another wound in return.